Happy to introduce Mr. Jimesh Shah. So Jimesh Shah, working as a senior manager in Sun Pharmaceutical Industries Limited, R&D Center since 2009. Previously, he was working in regulatory affairs development in Torrent Research Center, Gandhinagar, for 2 years. Jimesh was working in quality assurance department as an initial career in Intas Pharmaceuticals, Ahmedabad. Jimesh is Bachelor of Pharmacy and MBA in Operations Management by Education. He has total 15 years of research and development experience for regulatory affairs and quality assurance. Now, over to you, Jimesh, for the talk.
Yeah. I'm audible?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Gaikwad. Firstly, very much thank you to BITS Pilani team that they have encourage all the participants and give the opportunity for the regulatory and the patent parts. So I'm very delightful that I'm providing the general requirement of the regulatory that is for the US and the Europe part. So just I will share the presentation. Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible. Just make it full screen, full mode of presentation. Yeah, here in the bottom you can make the full mode. Yeah. Now it's visible now. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So just my topic is that what are the similarity and difference in the regulatory approval procedures for the US and the Europe. So here we are discussing about the generics. What are the generics that we are filing through the industry? But a lot of people doesn't know what are the main difference and what are the main similarity that we have to file the product in the US and the Europe. So basic question is what are the generic drugs? So we know that it is a very safe and effective alternative to the brand name prescriptions. It will help both consumer and the government reduce the cost prescription of drug. And as already FDA and the EMA, that is the Europe authority, says that when a generic drug product is approved, it has met rigorous standard established by the FDA with respect to the identity, strength, quality, purity, and the potency, right? So generally industry are very keen to develop the generic drug compared to the reference product drug. Yeah, reference product drug is very costly in the market. So to cater that, industry always effective and provide the generic drug development part. So what are the requirement of the generic drug? Here we have the if same active ingredient, same route of administration, same dosage form, same strength, same condition of use, and compared to the reference listed drug, that is the innovator drug, which is the brand name product. So these are the requirement for the generic drug. What it means by same active ingredient? It is nothing but the API. Route of administration and dosage form, it means it's a tablet, it's an oral route. What about the strength? Strength, if it is a 5 mg innovator, we have also developed the 5 mg. Same condition of use and compared to the reference product drug. So these are the basic requirement of the generic drug that we have to cater. Now, this is the main question. What is the regulatory affairs and what is the dossier for regulatory submission? So everyone know the regulatory affairs, what are the dossiers, what are the requirement, but what is the exact means by regulatory affairs? Regulatory affairs means is nothing, but it is a profession which act as an interface between the pharmaceutical industry and the drug regulatory authority across the world and it is mainly involved in the registration of the drug product and device respective country prior to the marketing. It means that if I want to file some product in the US or Europe, I have to follow the guideline of that particular country, and for that, industry should contact with that authority and should find which are the guidance that I have to follow. This is the regulatory affairs exactly doing. And the dossier or the document which we have provided to authority as per the ICH format, it is called as a dossier. So registration dossier of the pharmaceutical product is a document that contain all the technical data, which is administrative, quality, non-clinical, clinical, which is approved and registered, marketed in a country. So dossier is nothing but combination of all administrative, quality, that is the CMC, non-clinical data and the clinical data. When all the documents come together, it become a dossier. So these are the basic challenge. We can say that when we file the dossier, administrative, quality, non-clinical and clinical data should be available at a one time. So these are the definition of regulatory affairs, and this is the dossier requirement. Now, I have divided some of the pharmaceutical classification of this market, which is comes under the regulated, semi-regulated and the non-regulated market. Regulated market, as earlier we also saw, that which is a very stringent, that follow the ICH and very stringent document requirement. Example like US, Europe, Canada, Australia, Japan, which are the very regulated, highly regulated market. Comes to the second point, that is a semi-regulated market. Country-specific product registration guidelines are followed. That is the Asian country, Russia, Brazil, China, which are some of the semi-regulated market. Non-regulated market comes some of the African countries that minimum documentation is required for drug approval process. So what are the basic three differences that US, Europe, Canada, Australia, they are more follow the ICH and the guidance which we do not deviate any time. Semi-regulated market, they have the specific, they have the country registration guideline and somehow they follow the US, Europe, Canada and Australia guidance. And African country have less stringent requirement that we get the approval very early stage. So these are the main classification of the pharmaceutical market. Now I'm coming to the US FDA review process. Basically, there are the ANDA and the NDA. There are the two processes when we file in the USA. So what are the basic difference between the NDA requirement and the ANDA requirement? It's nothing but it's a brand name of the drug in the NDA. Animal study and the clinical study basically are the main requirement for the NDA. It is a new drug application. ANDA is already, we know, abbreviated new drug application, innovator is available. So most of the data of the ANDA, we have to follow the chemistry, manufacturing, controlling, label, testing, and bioequivalence study. That is the human study that we have done. These are the requirement of the ANDA. So basically, US FDA review process is a simple process and they have the two parts. Now, what are the generic drug review process? How the FDA will approve our dossier. So these are the main flowchart that FDA follow while giving the approval. So first we can start with the applicant. Applicant is nothing but the industry. So industry can file the ANDA, then it comes under the application review. There are the certain criteria that we have to follow while filing the application. If there is a gap between the application, it comes under the refuse to receive letter. That is the right side I have mentioned. That is called RTR letter. It means that agency has denied your application and you have to refile your procedure. If it is acceptable and complete, then it comes to the four part. It is first part is the request for plant inspection. That is the GMP part if it is required. Second is chemistry and micro review. Third one is the labeling part, and fourth is the bioequivalence review. So after acceptance, there are the four categories that FDA will review separately, and separately they will follow the pre-approval inspection, chemical micro okay, labeling, bioequivalence. So these are the 4, and all the approval will come, and then they give the approval of the ANDA. So these are the basically 10-month review process while giving the review. So I have also mentioned here the 10-month review cycle from the FDA side. From they have product development meeting to the pre-submission meeting, through the ANDA submission, filing determination, DRL, that is the deficiency, mid-review cycle meeting, and the regulatory action. So these are the basically 10-month cycle for the FDA for approval of the ANDA. So these are the story about the US FDA. Now it comes to the Europe market. Europe is very interesting 4 type of procedure while filing the dossier. So basically there are the 4: centralized procedure, decentralized procedure, mutual recognition procedure, and the national procedure. It is nothing but centralized procedure. We can file the product throughout the European Union. Decentralized procedure, we have to select the country and we have to file the procedure. MRP, the product which is already approved in any one of the country, we can run as a mutual recognition procedure. And national procedure is nothing. We can only file the product in the single country. So these are the beauty of the European procedure. So there are the 4 procedure. While in the US, it is already governed by the only FDA, but here it is a different 4 type of procedure. Also in the Europe, legal basis of application is very important. What is the legal basis of application? It is nothing but when the innovator is approved, you have to follow that innovator and your product is the similar. If it is not similar, it is not considered under the generic application. In the US FDA, it is already mentioned RLD and RS on the FDA side, but in the Europe, it is not available. So while we filing the procedure, legal basis of application, we have to confirm with the authority before filing, and based on that, we have to decide it is a generic application or the hybrid application. So these are the few legal basis of application. Article 8.3 means it is a full application. Article 10, it comes under the generic, hybrid or biological application. And there are few 10A, 10B and 10C, well-established fixed combination and the informed consent application. So these are the legal basis of application. That is also difference from the US FDA part. Now approval timeline in the Europe. It is also very interesting. If we file the procedure with the DCP, they have the different time. If we file with the CP also, they have the different time. If with the MRP also, they have the different time, and the national also, they have the different time. So we can start with the DCP part. If we file the DCP application, it's a generic application take 10 to 15 months and hybrid take 12 to 8 months. About the CP part 10 to 15 and hybrid 12 to 18. MRP, it's a very little because already one country is already approved there. So 30 to 120 and maybe 30 to 180. And national, I think there is no timeline, but approximately I have put 10 to 48 months and 12 to 60 months. So these are the approval timeline for Europe, which is based on the clock stop that we have taken generally. Now, how we file the dossier. So these are the common requirement for any Europe or the US FDA. What we first do, we have files are attached as per the module in the eCTD backbone using the software. We can use any software which is available in the market, which is US FDA and Europe compliance. Then we compile the full dossier. Then enter document or hyperlinking the compiled folder. We then synchronize and assimilate the hyperlinking. We can final compilation of this dossier. Then we validate all the eCTD structure using the software. We can then verify of all attached file and complete sequence, and then finally publish the sequence to the ESG gateway. So these are the general procedure that we follow for the filing of the dossier. Now, what are the principal difference between US FDA and the Europe? US FDA is only single agency. So the dossier will be reviewed by only one agency. Europe have the multiple agency, EMA, CHMP, and the National Health Agency. So they have the different opinion while we file the dossier. Here US FDA only one registration process. Europe they have the multiple registration process. It is a centralized, decentralized, mutual, and national as we have discussed. US FDA, yeah, TSC-BSc study is most probably not required. Europe we have required. US FDA Braille code for the blind people. Braille code is not required during the labeling. Europe, yes, most probably they have insisted most of the country Braille code for the labeling part. Yeah, after approval, US FDA have the procedure of the PASS, CB30, CB, and the annual report. It means that after approval, if we want to change something, we have to follow the procedure of the post-approval cycle. And also Europe have the different procedure, that is a type 1A, type 1B, and the type 2 variation. So these are the main difference, principal difference between the US FDA and the European procedure. What is the principal similarity between FDA and Europe? First is 3 batches required at the time of filing. So what it means that 3 batches data? It means that if we want to file the dossier to the US FDA or the Europe, we want 3 batches data, means we have to manufacture 3 batches at the time of filing, and we have to gather all data and compile the dossier. So these are the requirement both for the US FDA and the Europe. Europe sometime if it is a IR tablet, means it is an immediate release dosage form, sometimes they accept the 2 batches data also. But it depends on the API stability, that is the drug substance stability. Second point, 6-month accelerated and room temperature data required at the time of filing. What it means that at the time of filing, accelerated and the CRD, that is the 2560 and 4075 stability data required, means minimum 6-month data required at the time of filing. Third point, ICH guideline to be followed for both the country. Both the country have the own guidance as well as ICH guideline. So we have to follow the guideline rigorously. Fourth point is the product development required to file the dossier. If we want to file the dossier, we have to provide the product development report along with the innovator product. So first the formulation team develop our internal product based on the innovator is available. So there are the QBD, that is the quality by design approach we have to follow in the product development report, and we have to finalize the product development report to fulfill the dossier requirement. Both the country have the eCTD, that is the electronic common technical document structure. Yeah, except module 1. Module 1 is nothing but the administrative part, that the US has own administrative part, Europe has its own administrative part, because Europe has its own languages. So except module 1, module 2 to module 5 requirement are almost similar while we compiling the dossier. Both the countries have the applications fees also. Yeah, so when we file the dossier, both the country has its own applications fee. But in the US, there is a one that is a refuse to receive file, that is the rejection of the dossier is possible, while in the Europe, rejection of dossier is not possible. So there are the main difference between the US and the Europe. Both the country have the CC and the scientific advice procedure. It means that if you want to ask something to the agency by the control correspondence or the scientific advice, you can check with the agency this is okay or not. Both the countries require the bio study and the resolution study. Based on the dosage form, yes, it is a requirement of the bioequivalence and the resolution study. So these are the main principal similarity between the FDA and the Europe. Thank you.